Let's cut to the chase. Infidelity isn't always a grand, dramatic affair played out under moonlit nights or in secret hotel rooms. Sometimes it's hiding in plain sight, lurking in the most unsuspected corners of everyday life. The places where infidelity begins are often as mundane as your morning coffee run, or as overlooked as a quick text in the middle of a busy day. But the truth? These are the very spots where trust can shatter and secrets fester before anyone even notices. Buckle up, because what you're about to learn might just change how you see the world and your loved ones forever. 1. The office. More than just work. Let's face it, most people think of the office as a place to grind out spreadsheets, attend meetings, and awkwardly dodge the boss's bad jokes. But behind the cubicles and conference rooms, something more insidious is lurking. The office isn't just a workplace, it's an incubator for emotional entanglements, secret crushes, and yes, even full-blown affairs. Think about it. You're spending hours each day with the same colleagues, sharing inside jokes, venting about difficult clients, or celebrating small wins. These shared experiences create a bond, a kind of camaraderie that can easily slide into something more intimate. Late nights working on a project, that extra coffee run that turns into a dinner date. Those seemingly innocent moments are often the first dominoes to fall. And it's not just the proximity, it's the feeling of being understood, appreciated, even admired. When your partner's eyes start lingering a little too long during meetings, or they find excuses to stay late just to finish up, alarm bells should be ringing. Because in the blink of an eye, a work friendship can morph into a clandestine emotional affair, and before you can say HR, trust is already shattered. Why do so many fall prey here? Because the office is a perfect storm of familiarity, convenience, and vulnerability. When you're stressed, overworked, or craving validation, it's all too easy to seek solace in someone who listens and understands, someone who isn't your partner. The danger lies in the fact that most people don't even realize they're walking a tightrope until they're already hanging over the edge. And let's not forget, office romances often happen in secret because people worry about judgment, career consequences, or simply the embarrassment of being caught. That's what makes this place so treacherous. It's a zone where boundaries are tested and temptations hide behind the guise of professionalism. Once trust begins to crack here, it's a short step to full-blown betrayal. 2. Social media, the digital double-edged sword. In today's hyper-connected world, social media is the new playground of temptation, and it's a double-edged sword. On one side, it's a brilliant way to stay in touch with friends, share your life, and connect with the world. On the other, it's a trapdoor to infidelity, with countless hidden dangers lurking behind the likes and comments. Think about it. You're scrolling through your feed, liking cute puppy videos or checking out travel pics. But lurking beneath the surface are old flames, ex-partners, or people you barely knew but now seem intriguing. That harmless comment on someone's Instagram photo. It's often a thinly veiled flirtation. A private message, that's a digital doorway to secret conversations. People justify their online antics with, "It's just friendly," or "It's not a big deal," but deep down, they know better. Social media offers a false sense of intimacy, allowing people to craft personas that are more daring, more exciting, and more provocative than their real lives. It's where curiosity turns into obsession and innocence turns into infidelity. And let's talk about the like button. So innocent, so tempting. That one click can send a message, "I find you attractive," or "You're on my mind." When these interactions happen repeatedly, they become the foundation of an emotional affair. The private DMs? They're like secret rendezvous hidden behind a digital curtain. Why should you keep watching? Because understanding how social media erodes trust can help you spot the warning signs before it's too late. Recognize the patterns, late-night messaging, secret accounts, or unexplained screen time, and you might just save a relationship from crumbling. 3. The gym. Sweat, endorphins, and hidden desires. Who would have guessed that the gym, a place dedicated to health, vitality, and self-improvement, could also be a hotbed of infidelity? Yet the truth is, gyms are more than just fitness centers. They're secret rendezvous zones, emotional playgrounds, and sometimes even physical trapdoors. It's not just about the shared sweat or the post-workout high. It's about the vulnerability and intimacy that comes from pushing your body to the limit alongside someone else. When you're lifting weights together, catching each other's eye during a spin class, or sharing a moment of exhaustion after a tough workout, bonds can form, sometimes too quickly. The gym is an environment where people feel empowered, attractive, and noticed. Those compliments on your form, or that flirtatious smile during a treadmill session. They might seem innocent, but they can quickly escalate. The shared experience of striving for a goal, be it a personal best or a new fitness milestone, can create emotional dependencies that are hard to break. And it's not just about the physical attraction. The gym fosters a sense of camaraderie, trust, and shared vulnerability that can be exploited. When someone feels ignored or neglected at home, they might seek validation elsewhere, right in the weight room or the dance studio. Why is this so dangerous? Because nobody suspects the person they're working out with, or even the trainer, might be secretly navigating their own betrayal. The gym becomes a place where boundaries are tested and secrets are kept under the guise of just fitness. 4. The family gathering. When tradition masks temptation. Family gatherings, holidays, reunions, or Sunday dinners are supposed to be safe zones, sanctuaries of love and togetherness. But scratch beneath the surface, and you'll find that these seemingly innocent occasions can be fertile ground for infidelity to take root. Why? Because when people are surrounded by familiar faces, nostalgia, and the warmth of tradition, it's easy to let your guard down. Old flames might still flicker in the background, or new attractions might quietly emerge amid the laughter and chatter. It's during these moments, when everyone's relaxed, the wine's flowing, and emotional walls are down, that temptation can sneak in. A lingering glance, a playful tease, or a secret smile shared with someone other than your partner might seem harmless in the moment, but can have devastating consequences. Plus, the emotional vulnerability that comes with family gatherings can blur boundaries. When people seek comfort or validation from someone outside their relationship, perhaps a sibling, spouse, or a cousin, they're planting seeds of doubt and temptation. Why should you pay attention here? Because familiarity breeds complacency. When you're surrounded by loved ones, it's easy to overlook warning signs, hidden flirtations, secret texts, or emotional disconnections that signal something more sinister is brewing. 5. The business trip. Out of office, out of control. Business trips sounds glamorous, right? Long flights, swanky hotels, and the promise of a little adventure. But behind the glamour lies a recipe for betrayal. When your partner is miles away, surrounded by unfamiliar surroundings, the usual rules of fidelity become blurred. Traveling for work often involves late-night dinners, drinks with colleagues, or even after-hours mingling at the bar. These are the perfect conditions for temptation to flourish. Anonymity, alcohol, and loneliness, all acting as catalysts. Imagine being in a new city with no one to hold you accountable, and the thrill of the forbidden just a few steps away. That innocent dinner can turn into a secret rendezvous. A flirtatious conversation during a conference call can morph into something more tangible when no one's watching. And let's not forget, the stress and exhaustion from travel can weaken your resolve. When you're tired, vulnerable, or craving connection, it's easy to lean into temptation. The key? Recognize that distance doesn't diminish desire, it amplifies it. Why should you keep watching? Because understanding the subtle signs, like unexplained absences, secret texts, or unusual hotel charges, can help you catch infidelity early before it spirals out of control. 6. The shared hobby or club. When passion turns to obsession. Shared hobbies, the common ground that brings people together, are supposed to be healthy outlets for connection. But in the wrong hands, these passions can become a breeding ground for betrayal. Whether it's a book club, a sports team, or a cooking class, these activities create bonds that can deepen into something more dangerous. When you spend hours with someone who truly understands your passions, your frustrations, your dreams, your vulnerabilities, you start to develop a closeness that's hard to ignore. Inside jokes, secret smiles, or private conversations become the stepping stones toward emotional infidelity. It's easy to dismiss these bonds as innocent or harmless, especially when they're rooted in shared interests. But the truth? These connections often mask unspoken desires or unmet needs. A flirtatious comment during a game or a lingering touch during a dance lesson might seem trivial, but they're often the first signs of something more serious brewing beneath the surface. Why do people overlook this? Because it's natural to feel a connection with someone who gets you. But those feelings can quickly spiral into obsession, jealousy, or betrayal if left unchecked. 7. The home office or virtual space. Privacy, temptation, and hidden desires. Finally, we arrive at the digital sanctuary of your own home, the home office, private chats and hidden folders. This is the ultimate battleground for fidelity, a place where temptation can quietly seep in without anyone noticing. The lines between work and personal life have blurred to the point where many spend more time in their virtual worlds than in the real one. Late-night emails, secret messages, or even discreet browsing histories are all signs that someone is dancing on the edge of infidelity. Your home should be your fortress, yet it's often the place where trust is most vulnerable. The comfort of being in your own space makes it easier to indulge in secret behaviors. A quick private message during a break, an encrypted app tucked away from prying eyes, or a hidden folder filled with forbidden content. These are the digital footprints of betrayal that often go unnoticed. And the danger? Because we're so familiar with our own space, we forget how easily boundaries can be crossed. When trust is broken here, it's often the hardest to detect and the most painful to fix. Finally, infidelity doesn't always announce itself with fireworks or dramatic confessions. Sometimes it sneaks in through the cracks of everyday life, hidden in plain sight, waiting for the perfect moment to strike. These 7 places are the battlegrounds where trust is tested, secrets are kept, and betrayal begins. Stay alert, stay aware, because love's most dangerous enemies are often the ones hiding in the most ordinary places. The subtle signs are easy to overlook. An unexplained late night, a hidden message, a fleeting glance that lingers too long. Often it's the small, seemingly insignificant moments that carry the biggest risks. Recognizing these quiet threats before they explode can be the difference between holding on or losing everything. Because in the end, betrayal rarely shouts. It whispers, waits, and then strikes when you least expect it.